Welcome back, everybody. So with an increase in Jamaicans seeking both education and employment overseas, Jamaican-born, Canada-based lawyer Yanique Russell is zooming in to tell us the legal matters to consider when we're looking to fly out. Welcome to Smile, Yanique. Good to have you.
It's great to be here. Thank you, Simone. How are you?
I'm well. I'm warm. What's the weather like in Toronto, Yanique?
Right now, it's a beautiful 17, so something like a temperate weather, not too bad.
Beautiful and 17 don't go in the same sentence, ever.
I
Anywho,
thought you would have said that.
you've obviously adjusted. So when did you leave Jamaica to go to Canada?
I left in 2018, actually.
Oh, not too long ago.
Not too long ago, edging on 4 years. Yep.
And why did you leave? Did you respond to one of these calls for folks to work, better opportunity? What was your reason?
I actually saw, my friends doing it, and my husband kept saying, you know what, we should make the move for a better opportunity. At the time, I had my daughter who was 5 years old, and I said, let me try, and the rest is history, as they say.
Wow. So was it a difficult process? Because you're here this morning speaking to the folks who are considering going to Canada. I mean, when I look the amount of ads I see, like asking for people to come and work, come and start your life here, come and so. Was the process difficult for you?
It was extremely easy, not difficult at all. I would encourage anyone who is remotely considering it to make the move for several reasons, of course, but the most immediate, I would say, would be, to actualize your dreams. I think your goals become closer in your reach if you really make that move to Canada.
Wow. Because 4 years or 5 years later, you look like you've done pretty well for yourself. So tell us what some of the factors are to consider. If I decide, okay, it's time for me to go, what are some of the things I need to consider in making that move? It's a broad question, but I guess you can relate it to your own experience so that folks can know what the map looks like.
Awesome. The first things you need to consider are ensuring that your qualifications are assessed. You want to know that, yes, you're qualified, but those qualifications will mean something in the Canadian work market. Besides that, you need to gather your funds and ensure that they are accessible funds and have the requisite proof, right? You also need to consider proof of your language proficiency and completing the IELTS exam. That's going to test how well you can listen, read, speak, and write the English language. Canada is a bilingual country. So if you have French, in addition to the English language, that's perfect, right? All of these factors will give you points because one of the most popular pathways to coming to Canada as a permanent resident is through the express entry route, which is a points-based system. And your age, your level of qualification, the amount of work experience you have, how well you can read, write, listen, and speak the language will all factor into giving you, points towards your end score, right?
You said gather up your funds. Is there a minimum? I'm going to call it a stash amount you need to have to qualify to be able to come over there, or is it different for different programs?
Well, good question, Simone. So it's going to be based on a hierarchical system depending on the amount of family members you're migrating with.
I see.
And you would check a table for that. So if you're coming on your own, it's 13,000 approximately Canadian. And if it's you and your spouse, then it moves to 16,000 and so on and so forth until about I think 6 or 7 members in the family, and for each additional member, you're going to add an additional amount. But when you speak with your legal representative, and I'm very purposeful in saying that, because you do not want to engage just anybody, other person.
Yeah, and then you reach over there and you end up in problems. So you mentioned
when you're out.
Yes, you mentioned an express program. Obviously, if there's an express and there's a regular program as well. In terms of just a general time frame and the window between the time that you apply and the time that you're able to get through, what does that typically look like between express and the regular process?
So express entry, I want to, shed some. There are over 100 pathways to coming to Canada, by the way. So express entry, it's a federal program, and traditionally the timeline looks like 6 months. When I applied in 2017, August, I got through by January 2018.
What?
It was like that. Breathe. But because of COVID, we all know there's backlog, and you may have heard in the news that several thousands of persons are waiting in that particular pathway. But there are several others, as I mentioned, over 100.
Okay.
Right?
Yanique, we're getting to wrap up here because I have to go to news, but there are folks who are going to want to hear more from you this morning. So if you could tell us where it is that we can reach Yanique Russell, immigration lawyer, to get more information, where do we do that?
You can visit my website. It's www.yrussellpc.com, or you can give us a call at 416-800-9891. You can email me, Yanique at yrussellpc.com. Okay.
Wow. All right. Thank you very much, Yanique. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Sending lots of love and warmth and sunshine for you.
I'm receiving it, and I'm sending you all some love, especially Neville, who is my absolute favorite.
No. Come in, sir. See me here? Say aye. Say aye. I hope your husband hear that. Wave to the lady. Wave to the nice lady.
He is.
Can you see him?
I can, and I'm sending lots of love to you from our office manager, Yanique Tracy, as well.
Oh, thank you, Yanique. Oh, 2 Yaniques in one place.
Thank you very much.
A lot of Yanique.
Thank you very much.
Take good care, Yanique Russell, immigration lawyer, Jamaican born, Canadian based. Never lived in Canada. Did you know that? Never lived in Canada, for like 2 years until he was deported. I'm just joking. It never happened that way. He was actually arrested, then deported.